Right, welcome. Has been a while. Last time supposed to be teaching, but got caught by COVID. Um, as I said, if this is your first time practicing with me, try to gather some blocks around. If you do not have blocks at home, I mean, most people probably don't. You can find two water bottles or um, books nearby for some support. And I always suggest to people to have a blanket nearby for some padding, especially if you have a really thin mat. And it's also nice to give some extra height when you sit on. And this is an all-level Vinyasa yoga class, so take whatever you need and leave what you don't. And I'll try my best to cue through all kind of variation as well. If none of those variations that works for you, you can always just come into a safe posture. Nobody wants to get injured in a yoga class. So you can come into a child pose, you can come into a table or cow and cat like this one. Once you gathered all those things, coming into a Sukhasana, cross-leg seat. And I do encourage you that let's start with a cross position that in an unfamiliar way. So if you go straight with, for most of us, we probably put our right shin in the front, switch it out so your left shin is in the front. Because we're going to be here for a little bit long. So just to put the unfamiliar side at the front so we can balance it out a little bit. And gently rest your hands on your legs. And cast your gaze down onto the ground. Seek for a point on the ground to focus on. And with each exhale, release the shoulders away from the ears. Inhale, lengthen through the spine. And exhale, release the shoulders down toward the ground. You can choose to gaze on that steady point that you chose. Option to let the eyelids get heavy. Perhaps fully close eyes. And I wouldn't specifically cue some of it is the same length breathing today, but do try to match the length of your exhalation with your inhalation. Especially if you just come from a busy place, you may notice that your inhale is a bit longer than exhale. See if you can even it out by bringing a little bit more attention to the breath. You can do so by adding a count of 4 or 6 or 8 to the inhale and exhale. If for whatever reason the cross-leg seat is preventing you from moving towards Samavritti, from paying attention to your breathing practice, change into a different seat that will allow you so, or you can just come down to your back. Regardless if your eyes are closed or not. Imagine you can see the tip of your nose. And just pay attention to the sensation of that tip with each inhale and exhale. You're welcome. Stay in this open breathing meditation. If you feel your inhale and exhale are relatively balanced out, you're welcome to join me with next pranayama breathing practice, alternate nostril breathing. To start, lift up your right hand, fist your right hand. Release your right thumb and right pinky and right ring finger. Gently bring the right thumb to your right nostril and press it in to block the right side. Take inhale smoothly through the left. And close the left with your ring finger. And gently breathe out through the right. Inhale through the right. Close the right. And release to the left. There's one round. We'll do one more round together. Inhale to the left. Close the left. And exhale to the right. Inhale to the right. Close the right. And release to the left. Continue on your own, but make sure that even though you alternate between nostrils, your inhale and exhale still just as balanced as when you're doing Samavritti. And if for whatever reason that lifting up your right hand does not work for you, you can rest your right hand down and just imagine there's an invisible hand that alternates in between your nostrils, and it's just as powerful. And for each round is starting from the left side out through the right nostril, and in through the right nostril, and exhale through the left nostril. That's one round. So you'll always end at breathing out through the left nostril. After this round, finish one more round. If your right hand is up, release it to the right leg. Open the arms to the side and raise up all the way above the head and close the palms together and slowly release the prayer in front of you. Bow the head toward the heart. Slowly blink open the eyes when you're ready. And we'll do some windshield wiper before we move to the second side. So bring the feet as wide as the mat and knock the knees together. Hands behind you. And bring the knees to the right side, and we'll be there for a little bit first before we flow. Then move through the center and release to the left side. We'll be there for a cycle of breath. Gaze over the right shoulder, create some twisting. We'll flow a little bit in between both sides. Follow the pace of your breath. And just as we did in the alternate nostril breathing, our shape will not always be symmetrical, but our breath can be. Next time when you're done with the left, come back to center. Option 2, come into a reverse table to open the front hip a bit. And release down, come back into Sukhasana, switch the cross of the leg. Inhale, raise up the arms. Interlace the hand with the left pinky outside and press the palms up. And exhale, release your hands, press the palms forward and round your upper back. Imagine that your shoulder blades are dragging away from each other. Inhale, lift it back up. Exhale, round your upper back, press the palms forward. Last time. Inhale, palms up. Exhale, press the palms forward. Raise all the way up. Bring the left hand to the left side and side bend to the left. Press the right sit bone into the ground. Inhale, reaching to the right fingertips. And exhale, stay. As the right side body grow. Big inhale to the right side. Exhale, come back up. Bring the right hand to the left knee. Left hand to the back or to the sacrum. Inhale, lengthen to the spine. Exhale, revolve your chest toward the back. In all these twisted, imbalanced physical postures, keep your breath balanced. And come back toward the center. We'll do the other side. Raise arms to the side, all the way up. Interlace the hand with the right pinky outside. Press the palms up toward the sky. Exhale, press the palms forward. Round your upper back. Inhale, up. And exhale, round the back. Remember the pace of your breath. Inhale, up. Exhale, round the upper back. Last time. Release your right hand to the right side. Extend the left arm by the left ear. Press the left sit bone down into the ground. Inhale. Lengthen to the left. Reaching to the left fingertips. And come all the way up. Rest your hand on the right knee, right hand on your sacrum, or to the back, hand the fingertips. Big inhale, lengthen to the spine. Next, revolve your chest toward the right, toward the back. Your pelvis stay neutral. We're rotating through the spine. And slowly come back to center. And extend the legs out, shake the back of the leg against the ground. You can also do the windshield wiper knee side to side. This is your second time, so feel free to move it on your own pace. And once you're ready, come into seat with both of your legs bent in front of you. Keep your spine lengthened. You can bring the hand behind the thigh bones. Gaze over where the wall and the ceiling meet. Option to lift one hand up and the other. Take a big inhale. Next, start slowly release your back toward the ground. Extend both legs long. Extend your arms above the head. We'll do a little bit works around the center of our body. Rebend your legs in. Interlace your hands whatever way you like and bring them to the back of your head. Keep your low back on the ground. Inhale, lift your chest up. Neck exhale, release down. So we do some sit-ups. Inhale, lift up. And exhale, release down. You can continue like that. We'll add a little bit twist. Next time when you inhale up, reach your left hand to the right side. So imagine your left shoulder blade is moving away from the right. Then release down, we'll switch side. Inhale, lift up. Imagine you're punching your right hand to the left side. Exhale, release down. We'll do 4 times on each side. Inhale up. See if you can continue to pay attention to the balance of your breath when your core is being challenged. If it means you have to lower a little bit down, you can lower a little bit down. Last time on each side. And slowly release down. Hug the knees into the chest, just relax the core a little bit before we go to the second round. So for second round, you can continue what we just did. You can do the regular sit-up as a twist or knot. And I offer another option is lift both shin up and flex the feet. Imagine your bottom of the feet is pressing onto the wall that in front of you. Another option is straighten both legs. Press the heels together. It's the hardest way. So wherever you are, interlace your hands, switch the interlacing. Inhale, lift the chest up. Option to add that twist. And release down. 5 times on each side. When you're done with the last time, hug the knees into the chest. There's some rock side to side. Add some circles on your back. You can roll onto one side and support yourself into a table. You can also do some cross leg, rock back and forth. And we all meet in a table with your hands right underneath your shoulders and knees underneath your hip joints. So here is where you can add any variation to your table. You can add some side stretch, move to some cow and cat. And we're gonna do some wrist strengthening today. So bring the knees together. Just circle around the wrist. Move your body forward to the left. Repeat the circle. And reverse. And notice the change of your breath. If it still stay connected or balanced. When you next time back to center, bring the fingertips to the outside. So your left fingertips to the left side, right fingertips to the right side, and we're gonna do the circle again. And reverse. And back to center. You're welcome to just to shake the wrist a little bit. Just release the tension from it. We have one last round. And this time, bring the fingertips facing toward the knees. It might be intense enough for you, so you can stay here. And if you like to add the wrist stretch by adding the circles, you're welcome to do so. And reverse the circle. And flip your palms around. Walk the hands one hand forward. And push the tailbones up, downward facing dog. If this is the first downward facing dog of yours today, you can take your time to bend through one leg and another. And also rock forward into a high plank, then push back into downward facing dog. If downward facing dog does not work for you at all, you can come down into a child pose or simply stay in cow and cat. If you choose to stay in downward facing dog, release the shoulders away from the ears once again, making sure there's enough spaciousness over there. And rotate your bicep towards the front, pressing into the palms evenly, and push the tailbone up toward the sky. Keep the legs as bent as you need to keep those elements. And only when you achieve those elements, you can release the heels toward the ground. And hope everybody find the stillness in this downward facing dog or child pose, wherever you are. If you're in child pose, step your left foot forward into a low lunge. If you're in downward facing dog, lift up your left leg. Exhale, draw your left knee into the right elbow. Add a bit twist in this. Inhale, lift your left leg back up. Exhale, left knee to the right elbow. Last time like that. And bring the left knee back to the center and step your left foot in between the hands. Release your right knee down. If you have a thin mat, this is where you can spread a blanket or couch pillow underneath your right knee. If you don't have any of those, you can fold your mat, the right side of the mat, half in as some extra padding. And we're going to move to some very familiar shapes for some of you. So this is a great opportunity to reconnect with your breath once again. Hands on the blocks or on top of your left thigh. Scissor both your thigh bones toward the center. Gaze forward. Release the pelvis downward and forward. Notice the change of the pace of the breath. Notice if you're holding in the breath or your inhale is becoming longer than exhale again. And hands on the blocks on the ground. Next up, pin your left hip back, straighten your left leg, Ardha Hanumanasana, half split. Pull the left toes towards you. Press the back of the left leg down. One big inhale before we flow. And exhale, release. Inhale, bend forward. Exhale, straighten the left leg. One more time like that. Next time when you bend into a low lunge, step your right foot and lift up your right knee off from the ground. And step up your right foot, meet with your left. Inhale, lengthen through the spine. Exhale, fold over the legs. If you have blocks, walk your hands with the blocks to the left side. Inhale, lengthen through the spine. Exhale, fold. One more time in that twist. Inhale. Exhale, fold, and come back to the center. Rise all the way up. Hands up. Exhale. Prayer to the center of the heart. Tadasana. We just do one side. We use this moment to recheck in. Before we jump to the other side. See if you still connect with your breath and using that tool to unite your body and mind and breath. Stay focused on the breath, and the body and mind will follow. And now reach the arms up. Exhale, fold over the legs. Inhale, lengthen the spine. And step left and right into a high plank. Option to release the knees down. Bend through the elbows and release all the way to the ground. Inhale, lift the chest up. Bhujangasana. Exhale, release down. Let's do one more time. Inhale, lift the chest up. Option to lift, straighten both arms. Option to lift your pelvis up into upward facing dog. Exhale, press your tailbones up into downward facing dog. So if this is your first time practicing, when I cue vinyasa in the following flows, that's what we just did. Into a back bend, can be Bhujangasana, can be upward facing dog. And then press all the way into downward facing dog or child pose if that's where you'd like to be. Lift up your right leg. Bring the right knee to the left elbow. Lift back up. Right knee to the left elbow. Last time. And squeeze the right knee back to the center. Step your right foot lightly to the front and release your left knee down. Hands on the ground or on the blocks. You can certainly move it onto the top of the right foot. Keep your pelvis releasing down and forward. Scissor your thigh bones toward the center. Reconnect with your breath. Seek for that balance, that true balance, rather than a superficial one. And hands on the ground or on the blocks. Inhale, pull your chest forward. Exhale, spin your right hip toward the back. Pull the right toes towards you. Press the back of right foot, right leg down and toward the ground. One big inhale here. And exhale, release your chest toward the ground. We'll move in between, twice more like that. And bend into the right leg. Tuck your back toes, lift your back knee up. And step your left foot to meet with the right. And walk your, first of all, inhale, lengthen through the spine. And exhale, fold over. Then walk your hands with the blocks to the right side. Keep your pelvis still in the neutral space. Inhale, lengthen through the spine. Exhale, fold over. One more time in that twist. And come back to center. Rise all the way up. Exhale, hand through heart center. Couple cycles breath here. So you feel a little bit more balanced on the body level this time after we've done both sides. And check if your breath is still balanced. Inhale, raise arms. Exhale, fold over the legs. Inhale, lengthen through the spine. Exhale, step right and left this time into a high plank. I'll release the knees down if you know you need it. Release all the way down to the belly. Inhale, Bhujangasana or straighten arms into upward facing dog. Exhale, push your tailbones up into downward facing dog. Walk forward into a high plank. Release the knees down. Press your tailbones toward the heels. Pressing firmly into the palms. Imagine that someone is sitting on your low back to press your tailbones toward the heels, while your spine is still getting lengthened, with your hands reaching forward and your tailbones reaching toward the back. Trial pose. And we'll move through some variation of moon salute, Chandrasana today. So, but if there's any other kind of salute you like to follow, like sun salute A or sun salute B, or even water salute, please go for it. And now cue to the whole salute since it's a different variation. And when you're ready, sit up on the heels, raise arms to the side and all the way up, like drawing a full moon. And exhale, hands toward the front, bend through the elbows, tuck the chin forward, and glide forward into Bhujangasana, or straighten both arms into upward facing dog. And exhale, push the tailbones up, Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Step the left foot to the left thumb, release your right knee down, raise up the arms, Anjaneyasana. Exhale, hands down, step the right foot to meet with the left. Rise all the way up. Hand through heart center. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, hands to the side and wing your moon all the way to the ground. Step the left foot toward the back. Release your left knee down. Keep your hands on the ground this time. And step your right foot to the back and press your tailbones towards the heels. That's half side, one side and half round. And we'll do one more time on the other side. Raise up the arms like a full moon. Hands up. Bring the hands toward the front and glide your chest forward. Inhale, lift the chest up. Option, come into Adho Mukha Svanasana. Exhale, press the tailbone down, up into downward facing dog. Step the right foot to the right thumb. Release the left knee down. Raise up arms by the ears. And the hands down. Step the right foot to meet with the left. Rise all the way up. Hand to heart center. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, bow forward with arms to the side. Release your right foot to the back. Release the right knee down, hand on the ground, chest forward. And step your left knee back and press your tailbones toward the heels. That's one round. Go with your own pace. And I'll continue queuing, but feel free to turn it into some other salute, or you can even close your eyes through the flow to make your salute a little bit more focused. Inhale, sit on the heels, open the arms to the side, raise up the arms like drawing a full moon. Both hands toward the front, glide your chest forward. Bhujangasana or upward facing dog. Exhale. Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Step the left foot to the left thumb. Release the right knee down. Raise up the arms. Exhale, step the right foot to meet with the left. Open the arms to the side, let the moon rise up once again. Exhale, hand to heart center. Inhale, arms up. Bring your full moon all the way down to the ground and step your left foot back. Release your left knee down. Keep your hands on ground this time. Step the right foot to meet with the left and press your tailbones toward the heels. Child pose. Rise up, both arms up. Draw the full moon. Release the hands toward the front. Bend to the elbows. Hug them in and glide the chest toward the front. Bhujangasana or upward facing dog. And press the tailbones up. Step the right foot to the right thumb. Release your left knee down. Raise up the arms by the ears. Step the left foot to meet with the right. Open the arms, rise the moon to the side. Exhale, hand through heart center. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, open the arms to the side. Release all the way down to the ground. Release step your right foot toward the back. Release your right knee down. And step your left knee to meet with the right. And press into a child pose. One cycle breath here between this round and next round. And let's finish. Rise up, both arms up. Palms forward. Glide your chest forward into back bend of your choice. And on the exhale, press the tailbones up. Step the left foot to the left arm. Release your right knee down. Raise up the arms. Hands down, step the right foot to meet with the left. Raise up the arms at the full moon. And exhale, hand through heart center. Inhale, arms up. Bow forward. And step the left foot back. Release your left knee down, but keep hands on the ground. Step the right knee back. And pressing into a child pose. Open the arms, last side. Hands forward. Bend through the elbows. Move into a back bend of your choice. And exhale, lift your tailbones up. Step the right foot forward. Release your left knee down. Arms up. Step the left foot to meet with the right. Come all the way up. Exhale, hand through heart center. Arms up. Bow forward with arms to the side. Step the right foot back. Release the right knee. Keep your hands on the ground and step your left knee back and pressing into a child pose. Reconnect with your breath in this child pose if that connection lost somewhere. Knowing that it's absolutely normal that sometimes we forgot about the importance of the breath while we have other things to focus on. So this is an opportunity to fix that. And once you're ready to flow again, come into child pose. And press your tailbones up into downward facing dog. From downward facing dog, lift up your left leg. And step your left foot to your left arm. Keep your back knee lifted this time. Right hand down, left hand up. Twisting to the left side. And now lengthen to the left arm. Now exhale, rotate your rib cage up. Release your left hand down. This will be a big leap, so you can break it into down into many steps. You can step the right foot forward, stand up, and draw the right knee into the chest. You can also just take it one big leap, draw the right knee into chest, and standing through the left leg. Then cross the right ankle over the left knee. Sit into a figure four. If you still have the block at the front, you can adjust them to the highest, the tallest way. So you can rest your hands on the blocks. If you're not, you still need the support. You can bring yourself close to the wall so you can rest your hands on the wall or on the chair if you have one nearby. The opening of the hips is not our focus. We're gonna be here only briefly. Step the right foot down. Step your left foot back. Raise up the arms. Open the chest to the left side into a warrior two. On your right knee towards the right pinky. Gaze over the right fingertips. Flip your front palm, reverse warrior. Again, this is a pass-through pose. And cartwheel both hands toward the front. And walk your hands towards the left upper corner, far away from you. And the fingertips. Pressing strong to the pinky edge of the left foot. Then walk yourself all the way to the back. Point your left toes toward the back. And swing your right foot so it's parallel to the short edge of the mat. Then walk your fingertips to the right side of you. So similar to what we just did at the front of the mat, but it's a different direction this time. So bend into your left leg. Your hands are walking far away from you. And imagine someone stepping onto the right foot. And walk your hands back closer to you. Tuck your back toes. And step your right foot slightly in. And fold over the left leg. It's relatively straightened into a pyramid pose. Rebend into your left leg. Then walk yourself back to the left side. And fold over. And let the space of the back of the legs be open. And with this heart lower than the hips, upside down pose, you might lose the balance of your breath again. See how you can reconnect with it. If it means you have to bring your heart higher, you're encouraged to do so. As I mentioned, only if the breath is balanced, then your body and mind will follow. Bring your right hand to the center and left hand up. Keep your chest facing down, but left hand reaching up toward the sky. And release your left hand down and walk your hands toward the front. Step your right foot back. You can skip the vinyasa or not, your choice. And we all meet in downward facing dog for the second side. The second side, lift up your right leg and step your right foot, right thumb. Left hand down and right arm up. Twisting to the right side. Reaching to the right fingertips. Exhale, revolve your rib cage up toward the sky. Keep the back of the left leg strong. Exhale, release your right hand down. You can do them many smaller steps. You can also just standing strong to the right leg and draw the left knee into the chest. And cross the left ankle over the right knee. Sit into a figure four. Hands on the blocks or on the wall or on the chair, whatever that is. providing that support that you need for yourself. Step your left foot back. Take a big step with your right foot. Raise up arms into a high lunge. Open the chest to the right side. Open the arms. Gaze over the left fingertips. Reverse. And exhale, both hands down. Cartwheel it down. Walk your hands far away from you. Imagine someone stepping onto the pinky edge of the right foot. Then walk yourself all the way to the back of the space. Spin your feet. Your right foot is parallel with the long edge of the mat. Your left foot is parallel to the short edge of the mat. And walk the hands to your current left side. Walk the hands back closer to you. And parallel the feet and fold over the legs. Bring the left hand underneath your face and right hand up. Pressing into the left palm, sending all the way up to the right fingertips. Your chest is still facing down. And walk yourself all the way back to the front. Step the left foot back. Option to move through a vinyasa. And press your tailbones up, downward facing dog. From downward facing dog, you can walk the hands toward the back to the feet and sit your hips down into a Malasana yoga squat. Option to stay in this Malasana yoga squat. If you like to try some arm balancing, we're going to try some crow pose, Bakasana here. If this is the first time you try Bakasana, I do suggest you have some block in the back to give it an elevation to start with. So you step onto the blocks first. Bring the heels together, knees open, palms in front of you, shoulders distance, maybe even slightly wider. And hug the knees into the upper arm bones. And gaze slightly beyond the fingertips. And just bring the weight onto the hands. You can stay here and also lift up your one foot, and maybe that's enough, and rest it back. And then do the other side. Option to lift both feet up from the blocks. Hug the elbows in just like you did in the chaturanga. Tip gaze to the front. And release back down carefully. Release the tension on the wrist. You can interlace your hands and just do some circles around. Just to shake the hands in all kinds of direction that suits you. And we'll all meet back in downward facing dog. Step your left foot to the left thumb, back into a high lunge. Find the blocks and bring them to the front. I just realized I actually forgot a pyramid pose on this side, which is fine. We'll come back to that. And right hand down, left hand up. into a twist to the left side. Option to bring the right elbow on top of your left thigh and blanket the right fist with the left hand. So we're removing some of the support from the ground in this twist. And then release both hands down. As the other side, it can take many steps. You can also just standing straight into the left leg and draw the right knee into the chest and cross the right ankle over the left knee. Sit into a figure 4. And here you can add a twist with your right elbow into the bottom of your right foot. Blanket with the right fist with the left hand and twisting to the left side. Step the right foot down. Take a big step with the left foot. Arms up. High lunge. Exhale. Open it to the warrior 2. Reverse warrior. We've been to all these postures, so we'll move along. Walk your hands far away from you. Walk them all the way to the back. Adjust the direction of the feet. Walk the hands far away from you. Then frame your left foot with your hands. Step your right foot slightly in. You can stay in this pyramid pose. You can also rest your right hand on the ground or on the block inside of left foot. You can also be outside of your left foot. An option to raise up your left arm into reverse triangle. Left hand down. Walk yourself back to the left side and fold over the legs. If a handstand or headstand or any other kind of inversion is in your practice, this is where you can go for it. Otherwise, take your time in this upside down. Hopefully, second round in this shape that allows you more space to stay connected to your breath. We'll all move all the way to the front. Step your right foot back. Move to Vinyasa. Upward facing dog on the inhale. Exhale, tailbones up. Lift up your right leg. Step your right foot, right thumb. Left hand down, right hand up. Option to stay here. Option to bring the left elbow on top of the right thigh. And blanket the left fist with your right hand. Inhale, lengthen to the spine. Lengthen the left leg. Exhale, revolve through the spine. Frame your right foot with both hands. Standing strong to the right leg and draw the left knee up. Cross the left ankle over the right knee. Sit into figure 4. Hands on the blocks or on the legs. You can stay in this figure 4. You can also bring the left elbow onto the bottom of the left foot and blanket that left fist with the right hand, twisting to the right side. Step your left foot down. Take a big step with the right foot. Arms by the ears. Open to warrior 2 to the right side. Reverse warrior. Cover both hands down. Walk your hands to the right side. One big breath in. And exhale, walk yourself all the way to the back of the mat. adjust the direction of the feet. Walk yourself to your left side. Then reframe your right foot with your hands. Step your left foot slightly in. First of all, let's do the pyramid pose first. Straighten your right leg. Hands on the ground or on the blocks and fold over the right leg. Then option to left hand on the ground on a block. You can stay inside of your right foot. You can also bring it across over the right leg. Bring it outside of your right foot. An option to raise up the right arm. Revolve triangle. Twisting the right side. Bring both hands down. Walk yourself back to the left side. And fold over the legs. If you've done some kind of inversion on the other side, you're welcome to do on this side as well. And eventually, we all walk to the front of the mat. Step your left foot to the back. If you chose to one last round of vinyasa, please go ahead. We're all meeting downward facing dog. And last time we walk the hands toward the feet. And come into a squat in the back of the mat. So you can choose to do some variation of crow pose. Use with or without blocks. And I'll demo a variation of crow, which is side crow today. We've been doing a lot of twisting for it. So instead of knees open, we bring the knees together. Bring the knees together. First of all, we'll do the right side if you chose to do side crow. And bring the, let me show you this side, easier. And bring the left elbow on outside of your left, the right thigh. And hands shoulder distance or slightly wider than shoulder distance. And lift your heels up. Then rest your weight onto the left elbow and lift your feet off from the ground. And option 2, open the legs. And bring it back down. Between sides, add some wrist tension release movement. Shaking your hands. We'll do the other side. Bring the right elbow outside of your left thigh. Hands down onto the ground. As wide or wider, slightly wider than your shoulder distance. Then shift the weight onto the right elbow. And lift the feet off from the ground. Tuck the elbows in. An option to scissor open the legs on this side. When you're in all those arm balancing, if you're noticing that you're losing the balance of your breath, that you're holding your breath, or your inhale is getting much longer than your exhale, or the other way around, release yourself from the pose. Because we're here to seek for the true balance of our body, mind, and breath. We're not here just for the superficial of the physical body level balance. Whatever kind of arm balancing you chose to do or not to do, we all meet Come into a seat with the bottom of the feet together. Draw the heels close to the pelvis. And fold the legs and use the elbows to open the knees to the sides. And this is a great place to recheck in to see how disconnected you are from your breath, from all those arm balancing if you did try them. And slowly come back up. We come back as we started. Bend both legs, hands behind the knees, or reach them forward. And start slowly release our back onto the mat. Bring the heels close to the bones. Lift the tailbones up and to a bridge pose, we open the front hip space. You can interlace the hands and roll up onto the shoulders for active back bend. You can also slide up one block or two flat blocks underneath your sacrum for supported bridge pose. Once you're ready, you can stay in this as your Shavasana today actually. But if you have any other kind of shape in mind, take this one last 10 or 20 seconds or so to finish it. You can be hugging the knees in and can be happy baby. And then we'll all spread your limbs out unless you stay in a very supported bridge pose. We focus on your breath and let the body follow, let the mind follow. Shavasana. because we spend a couple minutes at the beginning to fix the technology issue, so we're gonna have a relatively shorter Shavasana today. But if you don't have anywhere to rush to after the practice, you're welcome to stay here as long as you like. When you're ready to come out of Shavasana with your toes and fingertips, you gently roll yourself onto one side. And support yourself into a comfortable seat. I hope we all seek for the true balance in other aspects of our life rather than the superficial one. Stay connected to your breath. We stay connected to our body and mind. And get the hands in front of the heart. And bow your head toward the heart. Thank you so much for practicing with me tonight. When you're ready, slowly blink open the eyes. I'll see you in 2 weeks.